Should they be fired? Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Obviously, coaches who I think that are on the hot seat more than others really. Coaches who I think could be fired anytime soon. Let's start things off. Bill Belichick. The elephant in the room, everybody's talking about it. Bill Belichick. 4 seasons without Tom Brady. He has not looked good at all. I think Bill could be fired very soon. Really, Bill, since Brady's left, his records have been 7-9, 10-7, 8-9, and currently this year we're 1-5. Terrible records. Besides the 10-7, they had a miraculously pretty good solid season that year. But other than that, it's been pretty mediocre. Really, with the 4 years now, he's had an 0-1 record in the playoffs. Again, they made the playoffs with that 10-7 record and did nothing with it. It's not very good for the standards of the Patriot way and their dynasty. And then obviously everything else that comes with it. Their defense is their only positive side. That Bill's been able to have roughly a top 10 defense since Brady's been gone. On the flip side of things, Bill just cannot figure out the offense. 4 years ago, they started off 27th in the league, then 15th, 27th, and then they're 27th again this year in total yards. That is not good. You can't have a winning formula in the NFL with a terrible running offense. It doesn't matter how good your defense is, you cannot carry a terrible offense. So really, either Belichick needs to give up something in regards to his power, or he needs to find something else and move on and try and rebuild, either retire or rebuild a different franchise. There's really no stars in New England, and it's a pretty big mess. Moving on to the other coach who I think is on the hot seat that a lot of people don't think and are going to argue with me that he's not, is Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is on the hot seat for multiple reasons. Again, he's been in Dallas for 4 years now. Like Belichick, 4 years since Brady. He has had a record of 6-10, 12-5, 12-5, and this year they just got a recent victory of this video of now 4-2. In the playoffs over these 4 years, he is 1-2 in the playoffs. Once again, hasn't really shown much in the playoffs. Offensively, they've been pretty solid. Again, right outside of that top 10. They were 14th 4 years ago. Then they were first. They were number 1 offense in total yards in 2021. That was really good. But again, they couldn't show anything for it in the playoffs. They were 11th last year, and then this year they're really falling down, going down 17th. And people are going to say to me, oh, they haven't had a solid defense. Okay, again, that falls on McCarthy as well. You've had tons of talent on this team. I could go on and on and on a list. I've made a previous video talking about the talent that this team has had around with Dak Prescott. My previous video of Dak Prescott being overrated, go check that video out. But let's move on to the defense side of things, okay? 4 years ago, 23rd, okay? 2021, they were 19th. Last year, they were 12th, right outside of top 10. And then this year, they're 8th. So again, for many reasons, this team should be a lot better and should have won a lot more than they have. And it comes down to the coaching, really. And to me, this year is the year that they need to start showing improvement. If they don't show improvement this year, someone's got to go. Dak's probably not going to be there much longer, and McCarthy, 4 years, and he hasn't really shown much for it. And everyone knows how Dallas fans are, and Jerry Jones. They're very meticulous, and they want to win now. So I think the pressure is heating up pretty big over there in Dallas. So if they don't start winning a lot more and showing more in the playoffs or making a good playoff push, then he's going to be gone sooner than later. I'm going to throw in an honorable mention that I think, again, a lot of people aren't really talking about much, is Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, another coach who's been there for 4 years, and he hasn't really shown much either. Going 7-9, 7-10, 8-8, and 3-3 so far this season. 0-1 in the playoffs. They made one playoff appearance and they lost immediately. So again, and looking at their offensive and defensive stats, they're not great either. Going on the offensive side of things, they were 30th 4 years ago, 21st, 20th, and then this year 22nd. Again, can't win without a solid offense, and they have struggled to figure out the quarterback situation. Going on to the defensive side of things, it's very up and down with them, I noticed. 4 years ago, they were second. Then 2021, they were 22nd, third last year, and then now they're back down to 24th. So they've got talent all over this defense. So their defense should be very good. And Ron Rivera is a defensive-minded coach. So, but, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into coaching, and it shows in the league that if you're a defensive-minded coach, it's very hard to win football games, as it is if you're an offensive-minded coach who scores a lot of points. Defense comes with time, but if you don't really know what you're talking about on offense, then really it's not good. So yeah, guys, those are my 3 people that I think that are on the hot seat. Yeah, there's a bunch of other coaches that could be on the hot seat right now. But again, those are the 3 that I don't think many people are talking about. Obviously, Bill Belichick, everyone's talking about that. I think that's a no-brainer. Bill's probably going to be out sooner than later. But McCarthy, no one's really talking about, and Ron Rivera. So yeah, guys, till the next time.